And in the perimenopause transition, we have a 40% increase in mental health changes. And we know this because women tell us and we believe them.
In the luteal phase, we do tend to see more mood changes and physical changes. And a lot of this is because we have an increase in estrogen and progesterone and then a decrease in both of these hormones. And what we find is that some women are simply more sensitive to these changes. They feel them quite profoundly. And there's even something called PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which is when those hormones are dropping, you get these terrible mood swings, this terrible depression and anxiety, in addition to physical changes with terrible fatigue. You just feel like you can't accomplish any of your tasks, insomnia.
And in the perimenopause transition, we have a 40% increase in mental health changes. And we know this because women tell us and we believe them. But what's happening is that our neurotransmitters, especially GABA, serotonin, and dopamine levels are highly tied to what our hormone levels are doing.
It's before. So the estrogen is dropping before and it stays low through. So what happens is about the week before your period, and then the week, we'll say, of your period, you are estrogen low. The rise of estrogen from that next egg being recruited is actually what stops you from bleeding and helps you start to feel better. Because of this, a lot of people will throw a birth control pill at this situation because they will say, I will give you constant hormone levels every day, and now you will not have these PMDD symptoms anymore. However, a lot of women don't want to be on the pill for a variety of the different reasons we've talked about. They just feel bad, let's say this week or this 7 to 10 day interval. They don't want to suppress ovulation.
And it does tend to help, but what no one taught me and what clinical experience has taught me and talking to all these other smart people is a low dose estrogen. Like
treating the root cause.
Treating the root cause. Just give her estrogen back during that time period and she gets remarkably better.
And some of the nutrition research finding that low iron and low vitamin D are huge contributors to it. So there's that research to investigate too, which is interesting because there are some women also who don't want to go on SSRI or estradiol.
And whether or not that becomes clinically significant, whether or not it's life disruptive for her, rather than she just has a little bit of a low mood, most women can tolerate that. But for those who can't, and that it is disrupting their day-to-day activities and how they feel about the world, we have options.